You guys to the Short Gun Mom Show. So today's episode is about therapy, and I know what you're thinking. When you mention the word therapy, people tend to get uptight, and it's really not all that bad. When we first started out, it was recommended that we go, and I didn't take advantage of it right then and there. I kind of waited till Cameron was almost 2, and then I decided to take them up on their offer for the services that they provided in Greenbelt for counseling, and it was free. And it wasn't that bad. Like I said, my counselor was pretty cool. She had been in the military, and she wanted to come out and be a psychiatrist. And so she was technically a student at the time that she was giving me therapy. So I, when when I used to go to the sessions, when I would go in the sessions, I would never talk about Cameron's situation because I was comfortable. You know what I mean? Like I had kind of accepted the fact that this was what was going on, and this is what it was going to be. So I never went in there, feeling guilty about anything or having any issues as far as Cameron's situation was concerned, which is ultimately the reason why they sent me in there, just to kind of make sure that my head was on straight. They care, so they want to make sure that mentally, again, that you are stable. So when I would actually go into these meetings, I would just talk about other issues that were going on in my life at the time. And the one thing that I did get from therapy when I started going was to just be positive. You know what I mean? You can't speak it into existence. You know what I mean? You can't speak negativity into existence because when you wake up in the morning and you already have it in your mind that you're going to have a bad day, then you're going to have a bad day. You know what I mean? So it just taught me to, keep positive reinforcements around me, keep my circle positive. And that's something else that I want to get to. I'm all for letting go of negative things and negative relationships. How can you know, go in with a clear conscience to take care of your child on a medical level if you are dealing with someone else's negative energy or you're dealing with other negative energies? Because it's just not people. It could be financial, it could be anything. So when, prime example, there was a couple who first started out when I started out with Cameron, and they, at first I was like, okay, they must be married, they must be together, and then I realized that they were doing it separately. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I started freaking out. Like, what if I had to be that single parent and take care of my child who has a disability by myself? And when I actually, had to do that, I realized that it's better to, you know, be in a good space and not stay with someone just because you have a child with a disability. And I say that to say that your child can feel the energy, they can feel when you're upset. Children, they're very smart, you know what I mean? And they can tell these things. So I just want to say that just because you have a disabled child, I understand it's scary. Nobody wants to do it alone. But if you have to, it's okay. And you can get through it. And that was, one of the things that I learned too in therapy, just to, you know, just keep positive things around you because that's what you need to get through this. When you're sitting in the hospital, like when Cameron goes into the hospital, that's the first thing I say to myself, that she's okay, we're okay, everything is fine. Because if I go in there already with the negative attitude that something is, critically wrong with her, or this could be it, you know what I mean? Like, that would, I would be setting myself up for failure. So I just want to say, if you're thinking about doing therapy, it's totally okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Automatically when you say you're going to see a therapist, people think that there's something wrong with you. And it's just like venting. You know what I mean? Like, you vent to people every day. Just that when you go see a counselor, they get paid for it and they don't pass judgment. So I would say definitely go check it out. I also have two places that you can go online to find out these services. You can go to Maryland Community Service Locator, www.mdcsl.org, and they have free counseling. Also, opencounseling.com, they have free and low counseling in Maryland as well if you're in the state of Maryland. If you're not, then just go on and just put in free counseling and see what will come up, and look at your options. But I'm definitely for it if you need it. Again, I didn't do it that long. I did it for maybe about 3 or 4 months, but I definitely will say it opened up my eyes, about a lot of things. And back then, I probably didn't use that positivity that I got from her. But as the years started to go on, I kind of realized what she was talking about. So we're going to be taking a break for 2 weeks and for spring break. And so if you haven't had a chance to kind of just like check out all of my videos, please do. When I come back in 2 weeks, I'm going to start going into services that you all might need for your child with a disability. And if you just want to check the services out if your child doesn't have one. I hope that you all have a great Easter. Have a fun Easter. Be safe. I love you all. And I will see you in about 2 weeks. Have a good night.